Hello, Michael Boy here with America's Commercial Real Estate Show with the NAR Conference and Expo in Chicago. And I have Lieu Nguyen with me. She's the NAR President's Liaison to Vietnam. Lieu, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what is the mission here of you guys with Vietnam and NAR here in Chicago today?
What we're hoping to do is, Vietnam is one of the collaborating partner with NAR, and NAR currently today have a collaboration partnership with over 60 countries, with over 89 corporate partnership, and Vietnam is one of those, and our goal is to bring them here so that they can learn a little bit more about U.S. real estate, for them to go back and set up the infrastructure for real estate in Vietnam, because today they do not have any type of structure, real estate for buy and sell process.
Okay, so is Vietnam an area that some foreign investors like U.S. investors are interested in investing?
Absolutely. Actually, Vietnam is a place now is booming, and if you follow the news, they have the two cities that's in the top 10 most dynamic cities in the world, and that was rated by JLL earlier this year. And so that's one of the a thing that kind of bring more people more to Vietnam, because in the past Vietnam is known as more a tourism destination, but now it is more so of a real estate destination as well.
Okay, so NAR, and with your help and everyone is helping in Vietnam, helping them get an infrastructure and helping them with their real estate development?
Yes, mainly it's more on the processes to set up the real estate industry. One of the biggest things that NAR provide the value to them is education. We actually, last June, we got a grant and we did a class on code of ethics. We did two classes, one in Ho Chi Minh City and the other one in Hanoi, and both of those locations total, we had almost 2,000 people came up.
Oh, that's fantastic. What about Vietnam investors in the U.S.? If we have U.S. people here with real estate or brokers or realtors and they want to work with people from Vietnam, what advice would you give them?
For the Vietnamese, when they come to the U.S., they love to invest into the U.S. as a safe haven. With the political situation, although Vietnam is very stable, but with everything that's going on with China as well as North Korea, that is a concern for them, and so they are looking for ways to diversify their funding, and so investing in the U.S. is huge, and it has always been a demand for the Vietnamese. And the biggest thing that they come to the U.S. today is first, put their kids in the school here, and a U.S. education is considered as a name brand, and so for them, first thing, that's what they do. They bring their kids here for school. The next thing is they would invest in a home, and then a business, and then next thing you know, they get into commercial real estate. They buy shopping centers.
Right. Yeah, I know. I see it in my practice. We're based in Atlanta, and you know, there's a lot of interest in the U.S. And you said that the investors from Vietnam, they're typically more historically interested in the West Coast?
Yes, I think most of the Asian that you'll see that they usually populate more on the West Coast, for the Vietnamese especially, because that's one of the a location where many Vietnamese population or reside there. And then secondly would be Texas, and then Northern Virginia, DC area would be the third. But in the past they've been mainly focused on the West Coast, and we are working on an effort to bring more onto the East Coast.
Yeah, and you're a broker in North Virginia, and your company does commercial and residential. So what do you think? You think you're going to have more investors from Vietnam, more people kind of moving here and wanting to bring their children here and invest here?
Absolutely. That's always been a huge demand for the Vietnamese, and I think a lot of international folks. In the past, they work a lot more on the EB5, and that's something that still is today. As a matter of fact, we had a Vietnamese company just invested in Seattle on an affordable housing project in Tacoma Park, and the delegation came for that groundbreaking ceremony. And with that, it comes with, I think, 15 slots for the EB5. So that's huge for them. And a lot of the Vietnamese are very interested wanted to come to invest, also to get a green card. But that's what we've seen a lot more in the past. But more and more now, we have people that come and approach us to say, look, we got the money to invest. We don't care about the visa.
Yeah.
Just get us something to invest in. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, so they're interested in investing even if they don't get a green card and don't move here. But the EB-5 program, that's a great program, and that's still moving forward. There's still a lot of interest in EB-5 from folks?
Absolutely. There's a huge demand for that, and we actually have quite a few clients who came through and have already got their green card through the EB-5 programs. But one of the latest news that we've been hearing is that the EB-5 may be sunsetting, in the process of sunsetting, and I think December of this year we'll find out a little bit more which direction that's going to go to.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Lou, thanks for joining.
Thank you so much for having me.